Alright, I want to start off by saying thank you, God. I need to say that as much as I can. And regardless of how bad things are right now and how bad they're going to be, I need to be thankful. I know it's a weird time to be thankful to God when I'm going through all these bad things and it's only getting worse. Um, but I have to be thankful because even in my state right now, I'm fatigued. I don't feel good about myself because they play with my libido so much that sometimes I have to find ways to kind of release myself, which makes me feel negative. Like it's just so right now it's not like I'm a low in a sense of like not self-esteem, but just energy wise, right? And that's hard to maintain strength and able to think positively. But that's what this program is about. They break you down slowly every day, and it's hard. It's crazy that I'm able to even by myself able to deal with this in this fashion. But I found honor and dignity, and it's as hard as it is to me to think clearly because of how my brain has been taken over and altered. You just gotta find strength. I'm a targeted individual. If this is your first time watching my videos, you'll see a lot of my videos being a lot of the same things, and I made it on purpose because sometimes they do these things that's done to me so repetitively that I love to look back at videos I made a year ago and I look at exactly what's happening to me today. It's a easy way to sound like a prophet when the reality is just I'm not a prophet. I'm not. I don't think I can tell the future in the sense of like my prophesizing, my prophecy. Sorry, is gonna. It's just because things are obvious in certain ways. I mean the details though those doesn't matter. I'm a targeting individual, and if you haven't watched my videos, I talk about what's happened to me as a target individual. One thing is for sure: what we are is we're just test subjects. The truth is, the reality is, and the reality that we have to accept is that what's happening is these governmental entities are using human subjects to develop this weapon system, and they have these tactics of breaking you down, because perhaps the future of warfare would consist of not only destroying your body using these energized energy weapons, energy weapons that can target your organs specifically and very surgically, but psychologically attack your mind, right? They can make you. By attacking your mind, it means that they have this technology very much now, very much existing. The Department of Defense has been working on technology that can alter the mind since actually the 60s. Officially, there was like a program called Project Pandora. That was in the 60s. I think they were at that point saying that they were using monkeys. They were using monkeys, and this basically created this. Well, they're using the electromagnetic weapon and see how they can alter their brain, right? That's back in the 60s, and that's what they were saying officially. Obviously, if there was any human experimentation, they would not be saying it, due to obviously that not being something that would be ethically accepted, right? Now, today, they definitely have reached that level. They definitely have reached the level of not only altering your mind, but actually manipulate your mind, and not only monitor your mind, but control your mind. And it's only getting more sophisticated by the second, right? Oh, at least, but with time. With target individual, what happened to me since I was putting this program, you'll hear target individual being coming from all cultures, all races, all ages, and they have these methods to break down the target individual. They're very similar. Almost all of us say the same things, but what they try to do sometimes for distortion purposes, they create this facade of what this is about. They create stories and try to make the target individual believe this is a different reality. Oh, we're this and that. We're avenging. We're doing this. Like they come up with all kind of storylines to try to make you think that you're not just one of this in this program where we are literally using human beings as guinea pigs, but we're doing this because of that. It's disgusting. But for me, because what happened is, like, like a proper development of a weapon, they put you in a controlled environment, or not even wherever you go. There's a controlled environment because they don't actually put you in. I can go into a different country. It's gonna happen to me, and found that out early on in 2019. Left the country, same thing. Somewhere in Europe, I was in Belgium. Everywhere, I was like, what the hell? When you get that, you think, oh, if I leave the country, if I do this, is gonna happen. It follows you everywhere, everywhere. And I found that out in 2019. So at that point, it's like, okay, this is everywhere. There's no point to I even went to a third world country. It was there in 2019. So at this point, I knew it's like, okay, well, it's gonna, wherever I go, it's gonna follow me. Right, in 2019. So today, of course, now I know exactly what it is. Well, I'm definitely more familiar with what's happening. I participated in the awareness of target individual in 2020. There was a TI 2020 video that I'm so thankful. Before whatever's going to happen to me, I was in it, saying something that needed to be said, because these people around you, which we call perps, they put this control environment of individuals that break you down or are utilized to implement these tactics, to distort reality and to make you accepting of the manipulation. And they want you to see yourself in these ways. I'll never let them live the fantasy. Because these perps start thinking that they are war because the things they have to do to people, the things they do to people is so foul. But they don't do it in the sense that it's hard for them to do. It's a very easy way to just do evil things. I mean, they're in the pajamas, destroy my organs. That's the kind of facilitated evil that we talk about. We talk about cowards of all sorts. I mean, they're like children almost. Some of them is our children partaking in that. And because this technology is so sophisticated that even children can involve themselves in that. They can do, right now, as you can see, my eyes look different colors. I'm sure it's because they're targeting my liver or my kidneys. Somebody in their pajamas probably is doing that to me right now. This program does the most evil, but is also the most vulnerable. And there's a purpose behind it. The purpose is to develop this weapon system. And the rest is just the bullshit storylines. They try to distort reality, try to make you believe what it is. Trashy. Low life bottom feeders just try to disorient reality and distort reality as they manipulate you every day in these disgusting ways. The manipulation have been very clear. So with this technology that can alter your mind, they capture your brain signals. Once they have that captured, what happens is now they can control your thought process, your experiences, your reactions, your memories, everything your brain can control, which is everything. Now they have the ability to make you experience what they want you to, think the way they want you to, and they try to make you believe that what you're experiencing is not being manipulated. They really push you like, oh, you're not being manipulated. And they use different lingo. We're mapping, we're pairing. They use all kind of terminologies to just try to confuse you into thinking that no, you're not being manipulated, which is fulfilled for me at this point. Obviously, I know what it is, and I made thousands of videos now saying the same thing, And I just want to be clear. That's why I make these videos. I know that it's not going to change what's going to happen to me, but these perps are not going to live the fantasized reality they created for themselves, for them to be able to do what they do, to delude themselves. There's even like a tactics for themselves as perps. The perps, let me just say again, are who these governments are contracted, or the people that participate. They're really bottom feeders in this whole thing. They're not the architecture of what happens. Like they're just really just the low people. But oh my gosh, you give that little empowerment to these people, oh, some of them are gonna start even creating like characters of what this is about. It's so it's cringy, it's gimmicky, it's disgusting. So I deal with voice to skull, V2K. V2K is what you hear people calling it when they can alter your mind and do all these things. It's just disturbing. And on top of that, you can hear them projecting their voices into your brain. This is old technology, projecting voices into somebody's brain is really old stuff. They have the ability, and they've been having the ability for a long time, to be able, and some people can do it using just basic material. But we'll talk about the Department of Defense Technology. We talk about sophistication. So this is not somebody just making these things together. We talk about the top of the line sophisticated weapon system applied to a civilian that can do nothing about it, right? And so via voice to skull, they can pipe in their voices. When you hear them talking to you, for me, it's just very cringy sometimes. At least at this point, these perps have lost the mysticness that they wanted to have. Listen, I have this program and the technology and how things are orchestrated. It is beyond sophisticated. It's a real advance. It almost like it's hard. It's almost science fictional. That's how sophisticated and advanced this technology is. The people involved in this, there's a contrast that is drastic. These people, they try to make you believe a story, and you can hear the childlike people that they are, or when they try to sound a certain way, and like, no, you're gonna die. They're gonna fist you. They're gonna do this, and you can hear them talk. It's like, dude, don't make yourself sound like that. I know what you really are. There's no mistake. I know what you guys do. Don't. I know you're not some femme fatale, fierce person, avenger. I know what you truly are. You're just an opportunist involved in this program. I know you're making yourself talk like that. I put that in their faces. I will never let this low life live their fantasy. My body is being destroyed because I am a test subject, like a child also is a test subject in this program. They have tortured children in this program. They've done horrible things to the babies, infants. I know what you're involved in, and you know what you know that you're involved in that too. You know what they do with me sometimes? They're like, oh, because they think that the mystic is gonna make me accept their narrations of reality that they've put together in a falsified reality. It's like, oh, we're all different. This is a different group of people doing that to these women. It's like, no, trash. You're involved in a program where they do that to women and children. Some of these perps that's doing that to me have hands-on experience doing that to women. They know that. They know I know that. I have no doubt. If I was a woman, a target individual who's a woman, they will still, the testimonials of women being tortured in whatever fashion this program does is plentiful. There's a lot of it. A lot. You will never, there is so much of it. For me, the facade, which is what I call the PSYOPs, that try to disorient you and distort reality. It's like where these Avengers, especially initially, there's like very fierce femme fatale group of like, oh yeah, we're gonna avenge for what you did to this person, to that. There's like trash. You out here burning genitals of women. It's like, oh, that's a different group of people. It's disgusting trash. No, they do a lot of sexual tortures, you realize, a lot. Not only to men. Even children are being tortured sexually using this weapon system that use these energy weapons. Like aiming the genitals of children. They do that. They involve in that. So women, oh my gosh, can only imagine. But then they try to be like, no, we're gonna revenge this, and there's like trash. That's a low life. That's the PSYOPs, the facades, the way they try to portray what's happening or portray what they're part of. Now, psychologically, I've been clear, and I've been making a lot of videos, multiple videos per day, to make sure I say that as much as I can, because I'll never identify. I'll never identify with the manipulation that I'm experienced to have. I will never. Till my last, before I will never. I'll scream in pain, I'll scream, I'll die, and then I'll die, but I'll never identify with this manipulation. And I've always give the flowers to who deserve these flowers. These bottom feeders are trash low life that manipulate the brain in these pedophilia ways. It's a tactic. This trash, which I love to put that in their faces, and it's so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. And they gaslight you like a child, like try to gaslight you. So it's not real. I was like, yeah, I know. You see how not real these testimonies you're gonna hear, and you're gonna see how not real things look like in these entities developing this weapon system. I love to put that in their faces, and they try to agitate you. It's like, nah, not real. So yeah, no, you'll see me when you see in person. You'll see how not real. I don't think you guys do into that. Target individual. One thing you should never It's not even give them an ounce of credibility. These trash have no shame. They have no shame. But they're talking to somebody as a target major. I'm not somebody who can let. I love to embarrass people in that fashion. You know, when these people want to be like gods, and when they just trash, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have this information is on the hand of the wrong person, huh? Because I will put that in their faces all the time, and they use these retards and low life and trash and childlike men and women. But they're not real. I was like, yeah, Miss, you're right. It's not real. I'm about to show you the not real thing. Then we see each other. You'll see. I'll ask you, hey, can you say Roy Moore? Not real, right? Okay. I'll put reality in their faces till the nth degree. Now, because of that, because of me provoking them in that fashion, it's provocation to them. Because they won't be like, nah, real, we don't do these things. And it's so childish. And the thing is, like, it's over. Like, it's over for me in the sense that whatever's going to happen to me is going to happen to me. But it was over a long time ago. It was over the second they put me in this program. It was done deal. But for them, this reality they've put together, it has been so destroyed. That facade has been so destroyed. These people are discussing low life, and the entities we all know at this point that the Department of Defense is the entities behind this program, because the development of this weapon system can only come from entities like the Department of Defense, and they've been shown that they've been working on that for decades, for a long time. The weapon system of the future is this. We are just the guinea pigs. We're the lab rabbits. We are for this weapon system. And these entities are running this program, creating these PSYOPs, creating this facade, employing these retards to disorient you. And guess what? As they manipulate your brain in this fashion, let me just say again, what they do with the brain is they alter your brain in these pedophilia-centric ways. You're going to hear a lot of testimonials of that nature. I'm going to bring that again. I'm going to put that in their faces. It's going to be the same thing. But I don't mind doing the same thing, because I enjoy to see a grown-ass man, a grown-ass woman try to say, nah, really.